Were you ready to talk? You look like you were about to say something. Hey guys, welcome. It's good to see you guys again. Hope everything's doing well. There we go. Hi everybody. How are you doing today? We always start a little early before we get started. Take a couple of minutes to let everybody join. We appreciate you guys. It's hard for me to see the time, man.
It's 1:58.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, you can see it
Now
right
it's 1:59.
1:59. What?
Now it's 1:50.
It's still 1:59.
It's March 30. It's 30th.
No, that means tomorrow.
30.
Tomorrow's a new month.
It's March.
No, wait. 30 days. That's September. Oh, no, it's 31 days.
It's March 30.
Hold on, don't drop it.
March 30.
Oh, man, I tell you.
It said, wait. March 30.
I hear you. March 30th, you're right.
It's 2.
Are you my internal clock? It's 2:00. We gotta get started. Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? Welcome, happy Monday. We hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. We'd like to welcome you back. My name is
Meteor Martin.
That's right, Meteor Martin, and I am a
Scientist.
with high touch, high tech, and like every day, Monday through Friday, we are doing our Facebook Live Science Experiment of the Day. And we are excited to have you guys with us today. We appreciate you being with us. Today, our lesson plan is called Make a Sundial. Now, I promise we will go way more into that soon. But the materials that you are going to need is a stick, and you want a stick to try to be as straight as possible. If you don't have a stick readily available, you can use a pencil, a pen, a marker, anything that will go straight up and down. Some rocks.
Yeah. Well, we have 12 of them.
Oh yeah, you probably will need at least 12. But these are not huge heavy ones, but they are big enough that you can write something on them. And what you will need to write would be, I have some chalk. If you don't have chalk, a marker will work. A crayon will probably work. I doubt a pen or a pencil will work very well, but you want something like that? No, later you can. You also need, you don't have to have this, but we are going to use Play-Doh, and I'll explain why in a little bit.
Are you going to cover it?
No, we're not going to cover it up. It's okay. I'll tell you. I promise. So I have some Play-Doh, and I will explain a little bit more about that in a little bit. And you're going to want a watch or a clock, and I happen to have my cell phone with me. If you don't have Play-Doh, don't worry about it. We are actually inside my house because I am nervous and afraid that if I was to try this outside, the Facebook Live wouldn't work very well. You probably wouldn't be able to see very well. So we're going to make it work inside. You can see how we do this. We will show you how to do this experiment, and then you can either do it like we are, or you can go do it outside, which will be really cool as well. So the first thing we're going to start off today is, while you are gathering the materials, I need your help. I need everybody out there that is watching us live, or even later today or tomorrow, to help out. And I will remind you this every single day until Friday. So you guys are going to help us come up with my helpers' science names. Remember, so since they've been helping me for a week, we at High Touch High Tech felt that they deserve and earned their science names. So there are a couple things you have to keep in mind. We want your help because we want everybody to put their ideas and give them to us, send them to us, in the comments. You can email them to us, whatever. We will look at them throughout the week. And on Friday, my girls are going to choose which one is their favorite and which one they want to go with for their names. Now, we at High Touch High Tech typically like it to be a science-related name. So, for instance, my name is Meteor Martin. My name is Martin. So, Meteor starts with an M, and you want it to match up. So, like Meteor Martin or Dinosaur Dan or anything like that. So, your name is what again? Reagan. And Shaylee. So that's Shaylee. It's kind of like Haley with an S in the front of it. So yes.
His name is starting with meteor because that's like a sign. That's like you talk about it.
A meteor? Yeah, meteor is something that's in the sky, in space.
Also be a meteorite.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, that's another lesson plan. Maybe we'll get to that some other day. So anyway, I need your help. So send in as many ideas as you can for Reagan and Shaylee. And on Friday, they are going to choose, and we will introduce everybody to their science names. All right, so is everybody ready to get started and have a good time today? I hope so. Let's get rocking and rolling. All right, so I have a question for you guys. First of all, tell me again, like we always do, what's a scientist?
It's someone who wants to know more about the world and
explores the world.
Yeah.
And explores the world. Okay. That is very good. Anything else? They have to form a what at the beginning before they start everything? Hypothesis. Everybody at home say hypothesis.
Hypothesis.
Good job. I like that. Exactly. Do what they did. So what is a hypothesis? Do you remember yet? You're going to know by the time you go back to school. Tell her what the hypothesis is.
An educated guess.
That's right. It is your best educated guess as to what you think is going to happen during your tests. And these tests are called what? Experiment. You know that one, right? You're good on that one. Experiment. And while you're doing your experiments, you have to observe. I don't know what an excerpt is, but say observe. Observe. And how do you observe? Using your eyes, ears,
nose, mouth.
Last one, hands to touch. So your 5 senses. You use your 5 senses in order to observe. And at the end, you write down all your information. You study it, you analyze it, and at the end, you have your final conclusion. Close. So guys, I tell you what, if you were joining us every single day, by the time you go back to school, when everything opens back up, you better know what a scientist is or does. And if anybody anywhere in the world from High Touch High Tech comes to your school and asks you what a scientist is, you should know what we're talking about, right? Okay, so I have a couple questions for you guys now. Do you guys know what a sundial is? Oh, and by the way, friends, we are not really pre-studying these. You know, I look over the information, but I don't really tell them what we're doing. So they are doing this with us and with me for the first time. Yes. You did cheat. You did try and cheat a little bit.
We looked on Siri and we kept on looking at it and we kept on guessing and we didn't.
But we didn't get it right yet.
Yeah, close. So what do you think a sundial is?
I think my best guess was like which way the sun is like pointing.
Okay, so yes.
I think my best guess was because it had one of them. It had north. It had an N for north and an S for south and then W for west and then an E for
east.
Good job. I think it's north. I think it's telling like which way the sun is going.
Kind of. You were very close, and yours makes a little bit of a point too. So if you think, what did you say? Tell me again.
I said like which way the sun is like pointing.
So if the sun is pointing a certain way, what do you think it's telling you? What do you think it's telling you? So first,
something about like when the sun is going to go down.
Okay, if you're doing that and it's telling you what time it's going to go down, it's telling you what? You're so close.
Which way it's going?
Super close. What time? You can tell the time by the sun. Okay, yeah, I know. See, we didn't talk about this. So you can tell the time. Does the sun move in the sky?
Yes.
Yes and no. So the sun doesn't move, but the earth moves, and in the way the earth moves, it makes the sun rise in the east and it sets in the west. So it looks like the sun is moving across the sky, but it doesn't really because the sun stays where it is. But it will help us tell the time. Yes.
In the earth, you don't feel it right now, but the earth is actually going so fast to go all the way around. And whenever you're spinning, the earth is going so fast, and whenever you stop here, it looks like everything's moving because the earth is going fast.
The earth is moving, yeah, but it's not going so fast that we fly off. But yes, it does spin around and it does go on its side. That's a whole nother lesson plan. But yes, so that was pretty good. I'm glad you guys are learning stuff in school.
I didn't.
So we can use the sun's shadow in order to tell us what time it is. And archaeologists studied this and they found that back in 3500 BC, ancient Egyptians, bless you, started using sundials way back then in 3500 BC. And about 200 BC, Romans started to use sundials and actually used them as a good measure to tell time. They would also use them as a social status. So some people would make big ones at home because they were kind of expensive to do. So if they were wealthy, they would have people make sundials in their homes, okay? And they were the wealthy ones. And it was actually, yes, so it was actually Julius Caesar who came up with a leap year. Do you guys know what a leap year is?
Yeah.
What is it? We just had one, right?
Every 4 years.
Every 4 years.
Happens.
Every
4 years.
Every 4
it
years.
skips a day.
No, not skips a day.
Every 4 years, one day.
Yes.
It has 1 day more.
One extra day.
And I also feel bad because of the people's birthdays that are there that can only have it once 4 years.
Once every 4 years, I would blow it out every 4 years though, right? I would have a big old party. So, the reason why we have a leap day is because clock time and solar time don't actually match up. So it actually takes us 365.25 days to try for us to go all the way around the sun. So a full year and 1/4 of a day. So that means every 4 years, Julius Caesar added the extra day to make up for that time and put us back on track. So today we are going to show everybody at home how to make a sundial. Okay, and this one's pretty easy. First thing that we are going to do here, and I'm going to explain. So if you are outside, you take this, and what is this?
A stick.
This is a stick. And this is known as a gnomon. Can you guys say gnomon?
No.
And this is the object that casts the shadow.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't know.
It's different than a gnome, but yes, a gnome is the same thing that you have in your garden. Now, if you do not have Play-Doh or you are outside, you can take that stick and just shove it straight into the ground, straight like this. But we are going to take some Play-Doh. Which one did I open earlier? Oop, it's not coming. Let's see. Sorry, thought I opened it pretty well, but I guess I did not.
Oh.
Hey, it's okay. Relax.
Dogs keep
Oh, that's okay. Guys, if you can hear the dogs at home, we're sorry. Put them up in their crates while we are doing this. But
Yeah, we have 2 dogs.
we do have 2 dogs. Oh, we'll get that in a minute. We'll just do one. All right. So here, we're going to put it right in the middle of the table. Would you take the stick and put it straight in through the top of the Play-Doh because that's going to hold our stick up. Now, again, you can do this outside. You can still use the Play-Doh outside. You would like it to be straight up and down. And that's another one of the problems is my house is not straight up and down like anywhere. We have a very slanted yard, and so there's not much straight path or anything like that. Yeah, we got a bunch of hills. It's really fun to mow too, by the way. All right, so we have our stick and we have our Play-Doh. The next thing you're going to do is if you were outside, whatever time it is, you are going to see where the shadow is going from your stick or your gnomon, right? So what we're gonna do is, in order to simulate that, I'm gonna turn off the lights, and I'm going to use my phone, and we are gonna create a shadow, and then you're gonna take one of these rocks, and wherever the shadow ends, yeah, you can turn them on. Go for it. That's fine. We are gonna put the stick down, and you are gonna look at your clock. You can turn that one off too, real fast. Don't trip over the wires, though. That would be bad. Okay, and then you are gonna use. Thank you. Sorry, hey guys. I know this is like fancy right now. So we are gonna turn on my thing, and I don't. Guys at home, you may not be able to see this very well, but can you guys see the shadow?
Yes, it's right
Okay,
there.
can you take a rock and put it at the very end of the shadow? Perfect. Okay. Now we are going to look at what time it is. It says 2:14. Well, that's because I'm moving. Yeah. And if you notice, I'm moving. So I have the sun. My cell phone flashlight is kind of like the sun. And as I move, the shadow moves. Same thing is going to happen when the sun moves. And I'm going to tell you what to do with that in a minute. So first of all, Shay, since you are a little bit older, will you take one of those and write 2:14 on the rock? Yes, the time, 2:14. Okay. Now, if you were outside, in order to tell better, like to get a better idea of what time it really is, yeah, hold on, we're gonna do the next one. You're gonna go and play for a while. Either go back inside your house, go play in the yard. If you're somewhere, if it's nice outside, go have fun for about 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 45 minutes, and then come back. And what you're gonna notice is that the shadow will move and go somewhere else. So this time I want you to take another rock. No, not that rock. That rock stays there. I said another rock. All right, another rock. And you're gonna put it down at where the shadow is. Honey, I got a bunch of rocks right there. You're blocking it. Sorry guys, she moved the whole bucket right in front. All right, you're gonna move the rock and wherever the shadow is, and either you or your parents are gonna see what time it is. And now I'm just got to pretend it's 3:00.
Can I?
Yeah, do you want to write 3:00 this time?
Have you?
3:00.
Yeah, 3:00. And then put it back where it was. And if you keep doing this and keep coming back, eventually, within 12 hours, you will have rocks that go all the way around in a circle, just like a clock does at your house or anything like that. Now, as you know, there are 24 hours a day, so we have AM and PM, and the Romans decided that they were going to call that ante-meridian and post-meridian, AM and PM for daytime and kind of like the nighttime or early morning and the afternoon. So anyway, does anybody have any questions? As always, feel free to let us know any questions. We will get back. You have a question? All right. What do you need?
When you're doing it outside, how can you tell which side it's going if you're doing it in the day?
What side the shadow's going? Oh, if you have a stick, you'll be able to see the shadow. Just like we could see the shadow on our table, you would be able to see the set shadow on the ground. It'll be on the ground. Is that what you're asking? So it will be on the grass or on the ground. If you did it in your driveway, it'll move around your driveway.
How would you stick it in the driveway?
You would have to use like we did the Play-Doh. So you could use the Play-Doh to put your stick, or if you're in the grass, you can stick it in the ground.
Like I thought you put it in like the crack.
I know, you got a big crack, you can do that too, right? I guess if you had a
What I'm talking
If you're
about is
parent-
like on the driveway and on like the sidewalk. There's just like a little crack.
yeah, in between the pavement lines and stuff like that.
If you go outside in years, you might see one.
That's right. That is a good question. And you'll eventually see a complete circle going all the way around. Any other questions?
No.
No. We will wait just a minute to see if you guys have any. Oh, you have another one. Okay.
How does the sun and moon switch places?
Oh, you're getting technical. Well, they don't switch. The sun stays where it is. The earth goes around the sun, and the moon goes around.
In our state, it's light right now.
Correct.
And then in
So somewhere else.
It has to move with it spinning around.
Yeah. And so when it is light here on the other side of Earth, it is dark.
Does it?
And then when it's dark here, it's sunny over there. So that's good. Yeah. Oh no, that's good questions. Those are good. Now I forget what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, don't forget, guys. Please leave us your names. Yes. Feel free. Any suggestions you have. Remember, Reagan and Shaylee, and we want their science names to start with an S. It looks like we already have one or two ideas. Can you see that, Shay? Can you read?
I already read that.
Well, what's it say?
Radioactive Reagan.
Ooh, that actually kind of fits her pretty well, whoever said that. That was a good one. I like that one.
Strontium Shaylee. Rainbow Reagan. Shell
Oh, you do like that one?
Shaylee.
So hopefully there's a lot by Friday.
Meteor, thanks. Ruby Reagan. And how is there a way?
Oh, there you go. Go down.
Solar Shaylee.
Ooh, that one's pretty good too.
Seismology Shaylee.
Seismology.
Oh, yeah. And that's it.
Oh, those are pretty good. All right, radioactive Reagan's a good one. That one may have my vote right now. That one's pretty fun. I like that one. That one fits. But we will keep taking all these answers, and the two kids will pick their favorites Friday morning, and then when we see you guys at 2 p.m., we will let you know what they decide. Also, tomorrow, don't forget to join us at 2 p.m., and we are going to talk about chlorophyll, and you may want to come back with us all week because we have some exciting ones. What are you doing? You're making this
Looks
look
like
like
a
Can
candle.
I tell them what Wednesdays is?
do you remember what Wednesdays is? Yeah, you can
I
tell.
think.
What is it?
We're making a box.
Yeah, you can say that.
On Wednesday, we're doing a s'more in a box.
And this looks.
A s'more about. And do you remember what we're doing Friday? What are we making Friday?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. So I take it back. I do tell them some of the fun stuff, but we don't go into detail about what we're talking about. So that when I ask them questions, they have no idea what we're talking about and see if they know the answers, just like my friends would in classrooms, right? All right, guys. Good job. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
Okay.